She's a black girl. She's a brown skin girl. She's a black girl. She's a brown skin girl. Today I want to film a spring makeup look. So y'all are getting me as is. I just washed my face using the Dermalogical Microfoliant Daily Microfoliant. So anyway, before my skin gets super dry from me sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and start off with some skincare. The first thing I'm going to use is the Pharmacy Deep Sweep Toner. This is a 2% BHA, and I just do a little bit. I like to rub it in between my hands, press it in my skin. Next, I'm going to use the Tula Brightening Treatment Drops Triple Vitamin C Serum. I have been eating this serum up again, right into the palm of my hands. I like to use this though. What I'm gonna use is from my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. This is the Ona New York Brightening Eye Cream. It has peptides and vitamin E. Now this is one of the things that I said I was gonna use in my last video. Obviously I'm not gonna use a whole dedicated video to this, but because it's just skincare. But look at that. Ooh, can y'all see that? It's coming up. I think this is glass too. Instead of putting it on my skin, I'm just gonna squeeze it on my ring fingers because I went through the process of washing my hands and washing my face. So why not? The packaging is really cute. Like, I like that squeezy. Initially I thought it was a lip product, but so it's nice and milky. I actually like to put my eye cream on before my face moisturizer. I just like to tap mine in, and I go all the way around my eye. Like, I come down here and out here, get into them crow's feet, get into them crevices of my eyelids. Yes, ma'am. It feels really lightweight. I don't feel like, I'm feeling a little tingle situation over here. I don't know what that is, but I don't feel it anywhere else. So, and it looks really pretty on camera. So I'm just gonna use my moisturizer. This is from Pharmacy, the Honey Halo moisturizer. And before I use the spatula, I always spray it with alcohol. And the reason why is because germs, baby. Just to put it simply. So I use about that much. This product specifically, the Honey Halo moisturizer, is really rich. Okay, not heavy on the skin, at least not to me. I've definitely used heavier moisturizers, but it's really rich. And it feels so good. Anyway, we're nice and moisturized. I actually got some products sent to me from Wonder Skin. This right here is their Wonder Blading Lip Scrub. So I told y'all my lips have been going through it. So if this does not require me to get up and wash my face, I'm gonna use it. This is what it looks like. Ready for my crusty lip. Apply directly onto clean lips, then using your fingertips, massage over lips, rinse or remove with damp cloth. So I'm just gonna, oh, she rough. What is in here? Gluten-free. I'm not supposed to rub my fingers into this because I have two lips that can rub together. Is that sugar? I feel like I got a little bit of exfoliation, which brought upon some blood flow, so my lips, you know, have a little bit more color. Whatever they have in here to create that shine, to put some shine on my lips. So let's get into this spring makeup. I am going to be lubricating my lips to start because I have to do that before any tutorial. And let me go ahead and take my hair down since I'm not worried about my skin curl no more. So the first thing that I'm going to use today is actually a new product from Auric. And what do we get? A beautiful hijabi queen. Hey girl. So if you open it up on the inside, it pretty much tells you what's in there. The Plush Ritual Ceramide Lip Treatment. It is $32. I'm assuming that's US dollars. So that's what it looks like. That is the jade spatula. It's hand carved. Let's go ahead and pull this out. I believe there's more than one shade because this one says bare. So I assume if this is a successful product, this is going to be the first shade. Ugh, I love the light reflecting. So let me pop this open. This is where the jade roller goes, all right? and there's a little mirror in there. This is the shade, okay? She's giving pigmentation. We gonna see. I like that because it scoops it for you. Really shouldn't need any more than that if I'm being quite honest. I can't, I'm trying to smell it. And pop it right back in there. I'm probably gonna need to use way less. I was trying to avoid using my finger, but it feels good, but the color. The color. I see where they were trying to go with this, with the tone. And right now, I guess it doesn't look as bad on camera, but in person, it's giving, I put on my lip gloss and some powdered sugar, like just a little bit. So I'm gonna dab some off and see if that helps. Okay, that's better. All right, so basically even less than what I already wore. I imagine though that anyone who has darker lips than me is going to get an emphasized white cast with that product. If I was gonna make any suggestions, it would just be to make it clear. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and then I'm gonna come right back, all right? Cause y'all see my eyebrows a bajillion times. I finally got my eyebrows on after a million years of me sitting here. So now we can get into some eyeshadow. I'm going to prime my eyes, of course, with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. This is my girl, okay, my tried and true. So I'm just gonna tap this in so that I get a nice even coverage. And I'm also going to be blending it into the concealer that's underneath my eyebrow. All right, y'all, so I wanna do a spring look and I'm going to be using this palette right here. All right, this is the Kaleidos, I think it's called the Flower Punk palette. That's what it looks like. And I want to use, I don't know if I want to use the matte shades or the shimmering shades, but I want to do something that says spring. And I'm actually going to be dipping into this palette as well, just so I can get some transition shades from it. I think I'm going to use D1. This is the Norvina Volume 3 palette, by the way. I'm going to place her right here and tap it in. I'm tapping this into the outer third of my eye, bringing it beyond my crease. And I'm going to flare her out. And that's just gonna soften the edges, of course. And I'm probably just gonna bring that about halfway through, because like I said, I do want to blend this out with another color. For the other color, I'm gonna go ahead and use A3, because I want to say this one is, it's a little bit more brown, but it's also the same tone, because these are all supposed to be orange or warm tone colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend the edges out with that. Just a little bit. And of course, at this point, I'm blending in the direction that I want the eyeshadow to go. And since I have such a long eyebrow, I really want my eyeshadow to go out towards my tail, just to take up some of that new space that I made, because my eyebrow actually ends about right here. So since I made more space, I want to use that space. The only issue that I have right now with the palette is I don't have, these are all really, really pretty colors, but I don't actually have a darker brown, and I like to use darker browns. I could definitely use this green, but I don't know how well it'll mix with the basically orange that I just put on my eye. So the Norvina Volume 2 palette right here, she has a cool tone brown, E4. I'm gonna take E4 and put it on my lash line. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is the number 8 brush, the Tools number 8 brush from Sonia Kashuk. I'm pretty sure they don't make this anymore, but you know, they might have a similar shaped one. But I like it because it's dense and soft, so I'm able to just pack that color on easily. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just gonna pack this shade on. Personally, I like to build my depth before putting on all my shimmer shades and everything like that, because it's not hard to build the depth afterwards, but you wind up having shimmer and glitter in places that you might not want it, because you're trying to blend the matte eyeshadow on top of a metallic one or a shiny one. shiny. So I'm just tapping this in and blending it out a little bit. Where you place this is going to determine the shape of your eye look and where the colors are going to be focused in on. If you bring the dark shade up super high, of course it'll take over the orange and you won't get that nice, you know, soft spring look. That's really pretty. I'm so excited. Now I really just need to figure out what's gonna go up in here. I'm thinking something that pops would be very, very cute. So this is called Chlorophyll. When in doubt, do the most. I feel like my issue is I was overthinking instead of just placing the color and just going for it. So I'm just going for it. I'm gonna wipe off my brush a little bit so that I can soften the perimeter, and I'm being light-handed using the edge of this brush to blow this out. And I'm gonna do a cut crease. I haven't done a cut crease in a while, and I think it'd be pretty. So I'm tapping this in. It's important when you're applying neon colors like this to have the kind that are fairly pigmented, because otherwise you're gonna be doing a lot of building. And I really love dual fiber brushes like this. This is a eyeshadow all over brush from Thrive Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna blend that into my crease color right there. Yes, honey. I will say though, when you're layering colors like this, because they're usually not as vibrant, you might have to use 2 or 3 different versions of the same color from a different palette to get it to be opaque. Like right now I'm dipping into A1 from the Norvina Volume 3 palette, and I'm layering it on top of this color from the Kaleidos palette, because they're usually just not bold enough on their own. We got color, honey, and I'm just gonna make sure that this is blended. Okay, so now what I wanna do, as I mentioned, is take a little bit of this black right here, and I'm gonna use this along my lash line to smoke out my lash line, darling. Okay, and my purpose for this is just more depth. I love depth in my eyeshadow. This brush is called the, oops, it doesn't have a name. It's from the XO Beauty Babes collection though. She is giving stiff right now. Okay, there we go. This is basically a pencil brush, great for detailing and eyeliner, depending on how thick you like your eyeliner. But yeah, I love depth with my eyeshadow and dimension, and so you most likely will always see me reaching for my black eyeliner from Urban Decay, okay? So I'm just gonna blend this out, not really being too particular about how I'm blending it, just making sure that it stays close to my lash line to give me nice little oomph, as they say. And then you just want to check your eyeshadow and make sure that you're satisfied with the way that it looks. If you're not satisfied, obviously add and take away where need be. Personally, I feel like I want to bring this dark brown up a little bit more. I thought I was gonna like it lower, but since I'm doing a cut crease, I'm gonna need it to be a little bit higher for dimension's sake. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of E4 from the Volume 2 palette, and I'm packing it lower than I want it to be, of course, so that I don't wind up with smoke where it's not necessary. And then I'm gonna bring it up like this and like that and like this and I keep thinking somebody's in my house, y'all, but I just realized my dishwasher is running. Dishwashers sound so creepy. So I like to dip my brush into my primer on both sides, and I do this with my brush that I use underneath my eyebrows too, and I flatten it so that it's skinny. And so I'll look down to where my eyes fold. Y'all see how that's folding right there? And I will put a nice little line right there. That's where my cut crease is going. And then I like to close my eye to do my cut crease. If you are blind, okay, get a magnifying mirror and move it very close to your face so you can see. coming together, everyone. It's coming together. Okay, so now that I got my line established, I also have to figure out the shape that I want this cut crease. A lot of people think that when you do a cut crease, it has to go all the way across your eye. No, baby. It can stop where you want it to. You can start it right here and end it right here if you want to, or have it in the middle, or have it right here, wherever you want it to be. Also, the shape that you blend does not have to be basic. So for example, I really don't want too much of a cut crease. I like this little, ooh, what is that? It's my eyelash. I like this little angle situation I got going on right here. So I'm going to try to adhere to that shape like that. And I still want to have this green that I've got going on my crease too. That way I don't have to bring the line all the way in. So I'm keeping that shape right. So I'm gonna tap the primer where I want it to be. Make sure that it's make sure that it's even. All right, no more, no less. All right, that's the shape that we're going for. Don't even think about doing something else if you are following this tutorial. Then I wipe my brush off. Why? Because I need to blend this. You cannot put eyeshadow on top of unblended primer and get a nice result, period. So I'm gonna blend this side first, and I'm using the very tips of this brush, y'all, to pull the edges of this eyeshadow primer out and make it fuzzy. So when I lay down my metallic shades or matte shade, because quite honestly, I'm honestly this close to just being like, baby, we fit to put down a creamy off-white matte eyeshadow. I'm very tempted. But anyway, so we're pulling this out to blend it. And of course, as you're doing this, just keep in mind the shape that you're aiming for. I want a slant, so I'm maintaining that slant. And don't be shy about mixing it in with whatever other colors you got going on, right? Then of course you want to make sure that this is still even, because it will get a little patchy. So just go back over it and tap to even that out. If you're moving quickly, it should still be wet enough for you to do that, okay? Okay. And so right here, what I'm gonna do is the same thing. Just pull the primer. This should have set a little bit, so it should blend a little bit easier. I'm just gonna pull the primer into the neon shade around the edges there and tap it on out. Okay. Now right here, like I was mentioning, right here on this spot, this is where I'm going to put more of the neon green shade, because I want them to blend in together. I like that look. I like the look of there just randomly being a cut crease, basically. So, as even as it's gonna get while I'm paying attention. Back into Chlorophyll from the Kaleidos palette, and we are gonna put this down first. Matte shades go first. If you're going to be layering different finishes, the matte shades need to go down first, because they cannot adhere like the neon shades or like the metallic shades do. So matte shades first. All right, we get somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay, now I need to put on the shades that I'm going to be playing with, which for this look I said I was going to use this one on this one. So I'm going to start with Sun Gazer. That's the green. And these are metallic, so tap your brush off, especially if you're not a fan of fallout. All right, now the fun part is, where is this going to go? I'm going to put this smack dab in the middle. How about that? Ugh, do y'all see how gorgeous that is? That's so pretty. Okay, when you're placing this, again, keep in mind the shape that you wanted, that you established, so you don't wind up accidentally covering all of what you did over yonder. And you can see here what I was saying about layering metallic shades on top of matte shades. It's just so much easier to do that way. So right up in there, okay? And I'm gonna dust that fallout off right there. And then take the ends of my brush again and just pull this metallic shade into the black and brown so that they blend seamlessly. I still have that angle when I open my eye, the angle that I wanted, because I established it to begin with the eyeshadows, black eyeliner, and the eyeshadow primer. So I still got that angle, all right? And now we're gonna put the teal up there. So this is called Aloe Clove. And because I'm putting it at the very top, I really, really want this color to be on the tip of my brush more than anything. Wow. There are very few metallic eyeshadows that do this, y'all. Kaleidos does an excellent job of creating their highlighters and their metallic eyeshadows, because I don't have too many that I could just lay down like that and be oh so impressed. So what I want to do is, I'm trying to decide, do I just want to bring this down? I'm gonna bring this down. I'm gonna gradiate this, because why not, y'all? So I'm gonna use the tip of my brush to sort of bring it down a little bit like that, kind of like how you would do a halo eye, except it's just in the center of this cut crease. And I'm not being shy about mixing them together, because that's kind of the point. Yes, honey. Ooh, this is cute. Oh, goodness gracious. That's beautiful. I'm gonna take this KVD Trooper Black liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to tightline my eyeball, because we are wearing eyelashes, and this is what I do before I pop on my eyelashes. It makes a difference. It really does. I just pick my eyelashes. When it comes to looks like this, unless you are really just for the drama, you really want your lashes to accentuate your eyeshadow. So essentially not blocking the look if there is one. So I picked some that aren't as curled, and they sort of wisp out. And I believe they're called Brianna from Be Wispy. That's my guesstimation. I keep all my lashes in this lash book that I got from K-Medics. So there's no names. And the stickers on the lash boxes, the names on the lash boxes, they do not come off. So I just gotta guess. But that's where they're from. So while I wait for my lash glue to get tacky, I'm gonna do my base makeup. And obviously this is a spring makeup look, and we want our makeup to last all throughout the year, okay? No matter what the season is. And y'all already know my go-tos, my booze right here. I'm actually going to use this foundation from MAC. This is the Pro Long Wear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. I really wish companies would stop making their names so freaking long. I mean, I know the point of the name is to help describe it, but if I'm being quite honest with you, customers don't read. They don't. They don't read the name of the foundation. They don't read what it's supposed to do. They don't. They don't. So you might as well just call it foundation and tell the people who sell it for you what it's supposed to do. I'm gonna use these two concealers from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I like to do dots, 1, 2, 3. And I do have to mix them up with these two specifically, because this concealer is very pigmented, y'all. If you have never tried it, honey, whatever you're gonna use it for, just make sure that you get the exact shade that you need, because these are pigmented. These are super pigmented. A little bit goes a very, 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 very long way. So I have to mix the two, because the darker one is too deep for me right now. So I'm just gonna tap this in like that, and I'm moving fairly quickly this is really important, being familiar with your base routine and how you like to apply products, as well as how your products work for each season and how your skin changes. That way, you know, you won't have any issues with your application. You know what I'm saying? Booyah. There's a little dust on there. I got these lashes on. They don't curl too much. They sort of just stick straight out like an anime character, which isn't bad depending on your eye shape. But I normally like for my lashes to curl a little bit. I do like these though, specifically for this kind of look when I have eyeshadow and it's shapely and there's colors and I don't want my lashes to block my look. Part of the reason why I want to get back into wearing foundations like this is because they have a really nice satin finish, and look at how just so pretty. Like, the coverage is great. I never have my right shade though, so let's be clear on that. At least I don't feel like it's my correct shade, but there's no such thing as an exact match, so there's also that. But the reason why I want to get back into wearing foundations like this one with a more satin finish for spring and summer is because I wear a lot of powder, and I feel like when I go back in to do the thing that I do to make sure that my powder doesn't look super flat and powdery, the result is not as seamless as it is when I use satin foundations. What kind of foundations are y'all planning to wear this spring? Let me know down below. I actually have a short list of foundations that were sent to me that I was requested to try on and review. I'm gonna pick up some of those this weekend. I can't wait. I'm gonna take the same two concealers that I've been using for God knows how long. These products, you know, let me tell y'all something. These products really do not run out. And that right there, I think about every now and then when I'm considering how much stuff costs. They really don't run out. Like, unless you're wearing your makeup every single day, you paying, or I'm not gonna say you pay, I'm not pocket watching, okay, let's be clear. But unless you wear your makeup every single day, paying 20 bucks for a concealer isn't that bad, at least to me, because you're not wearing your makeup every day. So I'm gonna put these two right here. And of course, once I blend these out, I'm going to set them with the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. Am I running low on my Laura? Am I running low on my Laura? Laura, what's going on, girl? Let me make sure, see if I got any more. Oh, I have another one. Whew. I was worried. Anyway, this is my Stained Beauty blender. We're normal, it happens. I'm just going to blend this concealer out, starting with my moustache. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set, and I like to dip my beauty blender right into my powder and set. Right up in here. Oh, it's right there. So this is my fave, the Urban Decay Perversion Eyeliner. And that is why. I'm gonna connect the bottom and make it a little bit thicker on the ends, like this. I need a brown shade because that's what I want. I want some brown. I'm gonna take this brown, the same brown that I've been using from the Volume, what is this? Volume 2 palette. This is E4, not to be mistaken with E40. Ooh. Something's wrong with me. Something is wrong with me. So I'm gonna pack this right on top of that eyeliner, making it thicker on the outer corner, and the closer I get to the center of my eye, the thinner this is gonna be. I'm gonna take this brush. This is the Easy Crease Definer from the brand. There's just a C on there, so I guess. And I'm just gonna blend this out like that. Now you can totally keep this neutral or get like me. I think I'm gonna add some color down here. I'm itching for pink. I feel like that's what I'm leaning towards, is pink. But I also don't want to take away from all this beautiful you know, teal and green that I've got going on. So I'm gonna dip into C5, which is more of a red. Okay. Ooh, honey. That's cute. Wait a minute. And I'm using the flat side of this brush to lay that down right on top of the brown. And you might be thinking, well, why didn't you just layer this color on first? Because the brown acts as a transition for this dark red that I'm using. And I'm just gonna make a nice little stark line, because why not? Y'all see that? That's cute. That's cute, she's cute. Now I'm gonna take this right here. This is also a KVD product. This is the Electric Bolt Dazzle Stick. These came out, I think, in 2020. And they're cute. Really, really pretty. You basically just draw them on and you've got a ton of glittery, beautiful, metallic look to your eyeball. I don't know. So it's essentially a cream eyeshadow, and I like to use a brush with it because I feel like when I swipe it on my eye, I can't see where I'm putting it unless it is across my eyelid, but even then it distributes a lot of product. I like the formula a lot. It sets and it looks gorgeous all day, and a little bit goes a long way too. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so let's get into a lip product. I'm definitely going to be putting on some mascara because, well, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna put on some mascara, but that doesn't really matter because I have all my fake lashes anyway. But let's get into a lip. So let me clean my lips. So I'm gonna take Chestnut from MAC and line my lips. When it comes to my lip liner, I'm usually not very precise with it. I do, however, prefer a very rounded look to my lips. I normally don't emphasize my, I was gonna say Widow's Peak by Cupid's Bow because she's barely there. I don't know how I would feel if I actually had a very cute, deep Cupid's Bow, but I prefer a more rounded look because it makes my lips look fuller. And I always felt like my lips were small as a kid, so there's that. I'm going to take this lip liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills called Sandstone and just put it next to the brown. This is a warmer brown. Yeah. This is the shade Matey. And this is from House of Uni. Oh, girl, I don't see. I already got lint on my lipstick. And, ooh, my lips are dry, y'all. She is neon, though. Okay. I am not mad at you. Hold on. I do want to see what this color will look like on top of it, though. So, didn't really do anything. So I'm gonna take this lip gloss that I have tainted. This is the Essence Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. You have to be careful with this because it will literally, how will you say, melt onto your chin if you're not careful. That is so pretty, besides my little lip skin. Y'all see that? My little lip skin. Where are my tweezers? I'm gonna use this Rise mascara from Milk, and I'm gonna turn it to the side that's not rounded and just use that to sweep across these lashes real quick. Okay, this is a really it's a natural mascara. Like, that's how it looks on my eyelashes. It looks really natural, but it's also one of those ones that you can build it up because the formula is creamy. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a creamier formula. For my upper lashes is the Sophia and Mabel Small and Mighty Extreme Volume Mascara. This one is a rubber wand and the formula is wet. It's creamy, but it's more wet. So I like to use these sort of formulas on my upper lashes to give the illusion that they are blending into my shiny La Sintéticas that I have on. Last but not least, you already know I have to pop on some of these. And like I mentioned, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a matte finish, especially if you love having a matte face. I personally have not done one in a very long time. Not a full matte face because I like to glow. But if you're someone who struggles with trying to make sure that your setting powder does not look cry, get you some of this, sis. Get you some of this. Follow my base makeup routine technique. Take what you need, all right? Take exactly what you need and let me know how it works out for you. So I'm just gonna cover my eyes, shake this up because it's a dual formula. And I'm gonna do my forehead. Whew. Yes, honey. And right now I look very, very dewy, almost wet. Even my ear got that action. But it's gonna settle into my skin, settle into the powders. The areas that I powdered the most are just gonna look very natural. The areas that were not set, obviously, are going to look like they were not set. But I digress, my darlings. This is the final look. This is the final look. I'm really proud of it. I think it's very, very cute. I'm also proud of myself for getting back into my colors because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but you know, on any of my platforms, I haven't really been doing very colorful eyeshadow. And sometime, for me specifically, the way that I look, the way that my content looks is most certainly a reflection of what is going on in my life. And if I'm not feeling colorful, I'm not gonna put on colors. So there's that. I'm glad that I'm getting back into my color though. I am really excited to be filming my content again. I didn't really stop per se, but you know, I slowed down here and there. But I'm really excited to be filming my makeup tutorials again and continuing my vlogs. I love my vlogs. I enjoy doing them. So yeah, if you are new here, honey buns, welcome. Please do not forget to like this video so more people like you can enjoy content like mine. You can also subscribe if you're feeling funky, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You can subscribe down below, click that red button. You don't have to hit the bell button if you don't want to, but I recommend it, okay? If you already are subscribed, just double check to make sure that you still are. And you can also subscribe right here and watch the next video right here, baby. Big purr. Y'all, come here. Let me show you, hold on. Let me show you. Girl. Where is the lash band? It cannot be found. The lash band does not